Hey everybody, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video I am going to show you my April art challenge project that I have been working on. If you have not seen the last video, the 2019 May art challenge video that posted maybe a couple weeks ago, I forget, then go ahead and check it out. The link will be down below. But other than that, let's get started with the video. So before I start, there is a couple that are a little bit out of order, and I really like doing art, but I'm not a professional. I just love doing it as a hobby. So I did make this challenge up myself just to make it a little bit better than last time's. So here's the first day. We have the 60s, or what reminisces of the 60s. This song was made in the 60s by the Beatles, and I didn't know a whole lot to put there, so this is all I had for it. Day number 2 was pencils, sketch, maybe anime. I can't seem to do a sketch without wanting to color it in, but this was actually my second attempt at drawing something with anime, and so it is a nurse. It is Bishop, MD. It's Dr. Bishop, we need you in R1 now. This is better than the first one. The first one turned out pretty ugly because I could not do a mouth correctly, so I was like, let's just cover it in a mask. Day number 3 was to do a quote, and this isn't as much as a quote as is in lyrics. Yeah, it is I'm Walking on Sunshine by Katrina and the Waves, and I thought it was pretty cool to do it as a sun. Then I kind of have like a stamp up here. It was my first time kind of doing this like this. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Day number 4 was to do something red, and if you have not watched my last video, I talk about how I have all these characters that I draw that have quotes with them, and so I decided to draw Ariel for her red hair. Now, it's a little off, but it also has my little twist on it. So she does have bigger eyes, which is really, really cool. But other than that, that's what that looks like. Number 5 was a yin-yang peace smiley face thing, and just to come up with a combination like that. And so this is what I did. And I don't know if anybody else has had this trouble or if it's just markers, but the yellow and markers don't really work together with black, and they always bleed all the time. And so it was super annoying, trying my best to not make it look real bad with the yellow, but that's what I got. Day number 6 was color with markers, and I have been coloring with markers with mostly all of them, so I decided to do a color by the numbers, and I could have made my own, but I didn't really feel like it, so I just printed this one out, this like Spanish dog and with a guitar, and I think it's super cute. It took forever to do. Day number 7 was the 70s, so this is what I had. It was my first time doing a disco ball that turned out really nicely, and just drawing stuff over the top of it and like going everywhere. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about it. Otherwise, if you don't know what this is symbolizing, this is from when the TV show, it originated in Australia, is the Teletubby TV show. Comment down below if you are old enough to remember the Teletubbies or you watched it as you were growing up. Day number 8 is a orange character, and I had to actually look up an orange character because I didn't have any on my list, but I picked Garfield. It's my brother's favorite character, cartoon character, and I think this one came out real well. Surprisingly, it was really hard to draw. And with the orange, before, it looked really orangey and like smudgy, even though orange is not a word. There's a lot of mistakes on this picture. Alright, day number 9 was do poetry. Now, poetry's not like drawing art, it's more like writing art, 'cause I love poetry, and I have multiple different poems in haikus and stuff like that. But this one I did off the top of my head in the way that I feel. And it, let me go ahead and read it for you. It's eyes meet eyes, longing into a stare, watching from afar. Getting closer and bigger, soon face meets face. 6 feet apart, reaching out, butterflies flying, and lips meet lips. Warm and sweet, slow and steady, hearts meet hearts. And the title's meetings, of course. Day number 10 was draw with pens, and I had rainbow question mark. So I have tastes of rainbows on Skittles. I messed it up a little bit the first time. The actual drawing is on the back, but I messed up and forgot to put yellow on there. So I had to put it on this side, and the yellow pen doesn't really show up as yellow, shows up as like a darker orange. But those are the colors that I had for this, because the blue was kind of supposed to be like this, because it was indigo and blue, and then the purple kind of turned out to look a little pink. Day number 11 was a random Cartoon Network's character. I'm also doing a lot of these kind of things with small characters, and so I have a big list from like Cartoon Network because they're so fun to draw. I actually had my mom pick a number from all my characters, and Courage actually came up. So I drew him, and I didn't think it was going to turn out that well with the pink, but it actually did, and he turned out real nice. Day number 12 was paint, and it said Bob Ross it. I'm not exactly sure, because I'm not really good with paint, and I don't have that type of paint to be able to do a Bob Ross painting. So I just did a classic check on rainbow, and it got extremely soggy to be able to do this, and I really am not a big fan of watercolors, so I just did something real quick. Day number 13 was the 80s. This is the first, if I have not shown it yet, videos that go with it. I videotaped some of them, not all of them, because I did not have enough storage space, or I forgot to film the ones that I was going to film, because art takes time, and being able to film it and be able to draw at the same time is really hard for me to focus and just do when my inspiration is sometimes on my phone. This is the 80s. I had to ask my mom for a lot of things for the 80s because that was basically her childhood, but she didn't really give me anything for it, so I just did this. And if you don't know what some of the symbols are, this one right here is carrots, and then you have the rainbow sprites, and then you have Pac-Man. So for day number 14, I have the color yellow, and so I start off with this paper, and it's different from the ones because it's kind of like fax paper. I don't know why, it's just the paper I have available. And first, this is the character I'm going to be drawing. And first, I draw it in pencil. There it is in drawing. And I always put the quotes at the bottom in their color, just because I always do that. And then I trace them over with black marker. So I traced them over with black, and of course I messed up a tiny little bit. For some reason today, with my marker, just didn't want to trace correctly with the lines, so there is a crack in his goggles, but I mean, it looks pretty fine. And then I just erased the axis line so you can still see pencil, and now I'm going to color it. And let me know down in the comments down below if you think I should erase the line that separates the quote from the character. They're on all of the character pages like this, even the ones that aren't in the video. I don't know why I do that. I just separate the quote from thing, and it kind of looks kind of off, but maybe if I erase them, it will look nice. Let me know down below. So day number 14 was yellow. Here's the result of it, of the minion, Bob. And he was another character I had to look up and figure out how to draw. Of course, I made a mistake with his drawing of his glasses. I really hated drawing Bob, to be honest with you. He was not a great character to draw, and I did not like the yellow once again with the black, but this is the way it turned out. Grace actually did a better job of drawing a minion than I did. So day number 15 was a day I put off until yesterday because it is drawing on my whiteboard, and I use my whiteboard to host my meetings for the channel. And so I had my notes up there, and so I couldn't draw on it until yesterday when I finally decided to take all the notes down and just draw on it. But this was my rough draft of what I wanted on there, and it did not turn out great because I didn't have a big fat red expo marker to draw the things I wanted. So this is actually how it turned out. Sorry, it's not focusing real well. There we go. Yeah, that's how it turned out. I'm not super excited about it, and it's going to be a pain in the butt to erase because I will need it again for my next meeting. But I do like the quote. I don't know where the quote came from. I didn't look up the quote. It was just something that came to my head. But it is true. Only you can put out your own fires. Number 16 was yet again another character. I love drawing characters. They're just so easy to draw, or sometimes. Shifu was not an easy character to draw. I did not enjoy drawing him. I did not enjoy coloring him. And you can see that there is orange smudges on this paper because I did not like drawing him. But after all, he looked pretty good. I mean, I don't like the 3D characters like this, but I might try again. Alrighty, it is day whatever number is going to show up on the screen. And yes, I do have a fan on in the background. Don't judge me. It is very late at night, and I had like 4 of them I had to do because I got lazy and decided not to do them. And so this is the crayon one, and it was that I was gonna take an old picture that I had that was from with crayon and redo it. I did not draw this picture. It is called Mike the Piglet. I think my sister probably colored this and gave it to me, drew it and colored it, and now I'm gonna redo it over here. I am allowed the help of pencil, but I'm not allowed to do any outline, so it'll be very interesting for me. But here is the result. Day number 17 was draw with crayons, and I think I had a video for this one. I can't remember what I said in it, but this is the pig that Grace drew and colored, and then I redid it so I could give it to her, and I eventually will give it to her because I didn't show her yet. But I'm really excited of how this turned out. I upgraded it a little bit and gave it a little tail, and then I renamed him to Mikey P. Alright, and then day 18 was the 90s. As it gets closer to how the time that I was born is the more that I know what's going on, and I had an idea what came from each one. So like there's a lot of references on this one, and then the next one, and then the next one after that. So if you don't know some of these references, the corners are basically gaming consoles that came out, VHS tapes, Game Boy Colors, forget what these are called, the phones, the public phones, you know, the quarter phones. I'm drawing a blank. In West Philadelphia, be Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Pokemon, cassette tapes, Titanic, shows Friends. I love Friends. Friends is my favorite. Did I do that at Urkel? Cell phones. Was the beginning of cell phones. 1-800 numbers. Pogs. Yeah. Day number 19 was drawing a character that was green. So I chose Tiana from The Princess and the Frog. She's my favorite princess, and I completely ruined her. Yes, I ruined her because her face is horrible. I'm so sorry, Tiana. She was really hard to draw, especially the flower, which I managed to clear, and then the green was real bad, and the yellow once again, and my marker was not working well, and yada yada yada, me just complaining about how much I did not enjoy drawing her, but she looks okay now. It's not the greatest. I'm pretty sure this is like the second time I probably drew her. I drew her before and I didn't like it, so I threw that garbage out and I redid it. So this is the better of the two. Alright, this is day number 20. Day 20 was redo a picture that you first drew first time around. And when I was younger, I drew Victini. I did it twice because I did it on the back as well. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to find a picture of Victini and make it a little bit better and then color it in and everything, and then I'll show you the results. But this is the old one. I don't remember how long ago it was. It looks like a pretty good job, but you don't exactly remember what Victini looks like, so it might not look like that. So let's see. Number 20 was an old picture you first drew. I believe I also did a video on this one where I said that I drew an old picture of the Pokemon Victini, and then what I did is I looked it up and I looked for the evolution of Victini, and this is the second one that came out. So I was really excited to do this one. This one took a lot of work on it because basically I had to do a whole entire outline of it, and then I had to basically go back and erase the whole entire thing and do it over. But it was a lot of fun, and I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Day number 21 was color pencils or flowers, and of course I was in kind of a state where I was forgetting that I was doing it with color pencils, so I accidentally did it with markers, so I kind of failed on that point. But this is an outline for what I am doing for my new cover and back cover of my new art binder, because my old art binder is kind of like in a state where it is the older me, like middle school and a little bit of early high school for me state, like with duct tape and the way the things were written and drawn, and it has all my old drawings in it, and I want to be able to, I'm going to be making a lot more art stuff, and so I wanted a new place to put all my new designs, so I'm making a new one, and this is basically the outline for it and everything I'm doing. So yeah, that's that. And then the back side I'm not going to show you because that's actually one of the things that I started doing for another day, and that this actually is also part of it. Day 22 was the 2000s, or like 2000 2009 decade. I'm so sorry. I'm so tired. I don't know what I'm saying. But of course I had to do this one in color pencil because I did this one before I did my cover outline, and so I did this one in color pencil. So yeah, it kind of counts, but there's a lot of references on here that if you don't know, then that means that you are probably like younger or just don't know. But we have iPhones, we have like text shortenings like BRB, and I believe LOL's on there, yeah, right here. And then we have Napoleon Dynamite reference, Skype. I'm forgetting what this was for. I gotta think. I can't remember. CDs, Minecraft, where you could record on TV, Twitter, which was a really bad picture of Twitter, Talking Tom, Temple Run, Wi-Fi, Tech Decks, Bratz, Dolls, PS2s, Segways, Angry Birds, iTunes, YouTube, Monster, Yeah, I could have put a lot more references on there, but of course, you know. Day number 23 was a character in blue. I did not have to look her up, but I almost did the wrong character. And once again, she has the vibe like Ariel. She looks kind of like the character, but it has my own little twist on it. I'm really happy with the way that she turned out, because I had to figure out how to draw a braid. And so that's my own way to do it, because I didn't look it up. And her hair is not supposed to be yellow, but I didn't want to leave it white. And I didn't think about coloring it in gray until after I colored it in yellow. And once again, the yellow turned into like a dirty blonde. And I am just complaining about my own drawing at this point. I am so tired. I'm sorry for my breath and trying to get past this as soon as possible. Day number 24 was people you love, just the names, and put them in a cool way. So I did kind of like a whole entire rainbow of people that I love. And it says, we may be not related, but that doesn't mean I don't consider you family. I have a lot of my family that I live with, my grandparents, my aunts, my uncles, my extended family of cousins. I have a great aunt on there. I have co-workers. I have kids that I work with. I have, I believe, 2 of my sister's friends on here that I also consider my friends. And yeah, I just love everybody that's on here. And even if you're not on here, I love you all very much. I even put myself on there. Alright, I'm not sure what happened to the recording at this point, but it skips over 2 of the drawings that I did. So day number 25 was a quote that I sort of put my own twist on, just because I wanted to. And I'm slowing down this video as much as possible so I can get it all in. And then 26 was the 2010s. And hopefully you'll be able to see the picture, because I'm not exactly sure what I'm doing in this video, but here comes the next part. Number 27 was a color character that's purple, and so I did a cute little cartoon of Dumbledore, and he was super fun to draw, super cute, until my sister ruined him a little bit. And I've never watched Harry Potter, so don't judge me, but that's all I know about him. But he's super cute. Day number 28, getting close to the end here, was another character. And so if you cannot guess who this is Master Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He does not really look like a rat, but that's because I couldn't find a picture of him, so I had to do my best job trying to figure out how to draw him. So this is what I came up with. He looks more like a cat than a rat, but that's kind of, I don't know. He was pretty interesting to draw. Day number 29 was nail polish. I'm gonna show day number 30 here before I show day number 29, because this one, the 29, seems to go along with my new cover, and I did some more stuff to it that's offside of this challenge that I wanted to show. But this is day number 30, the last one, and it was to do a memory verse or a Bible verse if you don't know. And I did my favorite verse, which is Philippians 4:13. I can do things through Christ who strengthens me. It's supposed to say I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, but I've wrote the all. You know me, because sometimes I just jump to conclusions. But it was really cool to draw this one. I was super sad that this was the last one, but way to go out with a bang with nice colors. That I like this one so much that I might get this one laminated. So back to the challenge 29. Here's what I did, and don't be judgmental about it, but it took a lot of work to do this. So the rainbow is all nail polish that I was able to do. And then I glued down for the background all these fortune cookies. Yes, it just points out to you how much Chinese food I've had over a decade. I have been collecting fortunes for over a decade. So every time I go to Panda Express, or every single time we buy fortune cookies from the store, or go to Chinese buffets or something like that in that matter. And these were my favorite ones. Basically, some of them were the loose ones that did not end up in my bag that I have, and some of them were just my favorite ones, and I liked how they, what they say is super nice. And so I plan to do some more work on this, but when this is all finished and I have my art binder up, I will post a picture of it on the Instagram so you all can see it. Alright, here's a little bonus from the end of the video, or wherever I put it. It is of a challenge and things that I'm working on for future videos. Me and B, we did a challenge like a really long time ago, where we picked out random like Pokemon and characters, and we had each other draw them for each other. And these are my original ones, and then I have the new ones here. But my original ones were not colored in, they were just in pencil, and so I took it upon myself to tweak them a little bit. Most of them are just tweaked in the eyes, and then I colored them in, including the names. So I'm going to go through those really quickly. This one's Chikorita, and I know this one's really bad. A lot of them, some of them are not the right colors because, one, I don't have a skinny blue marker, and I only have one color of green in markers, so that's why that one looks real bad. And then I have Pikachu, and I have Ashiwat, and then I have Horsia, and then I have Parchish. I don't even know how to say this one's name, I'm sorry. And then Dedede. And yeah, those are those. And then these are the new ones that B picked out for me. And these ones are a little bit better, other than they are in color pencils instead of markers, because she was using color pencils, so I said I would also use color pencils. So these are the ones she picked out for me. I have Bulbasaur, Snivy, and Isaac said that Snivy looked a little fat. Dugong. And he wasn't supposed to be blue, he was supposed to be just white, but I didn't like that, so I colored him in. War Turtle, Shinx, and Diglett, which I think is so funny to do Diglett. It's not how it looks, but it is. And then she did like Snorlax and a bunch of other ones. She hasn't finished coloring hers in, but if she finishes coloring them before I upload this video, I will also insert hers at the end. So, did you guys enjoy this video? I sure hope you did, because it was a lot of fun doing this kind of art challenge again. I enjoy doing these. Once again, I'm just doing it for fun. So, if you have any art challenges that you like doing, please share them with me, because I do enjoy doing them. Or show me some of your favorite art masterpieces, if whatever you consider art is. Anybody can do art. But make sure that you like this video and subscribe down below, and turn on the notification bell so you get notified whenever I'm not being lazy. Also, comment down below, what is your favorite hobby, or what is your favorite color? Also, with all that is going on, I have been still doing my job and being safe and not having to be quarantined like the rest of my family. But if you must know, they are all doing fine. They haven't gone crazy yet. My brother and my sister have been picking at each other just a little bit, but other than that, they are doing really well. I hope that you guys all stay safe and healthy, and that you all have a great rest of whatever's going on at whatever time you're watching this video. Also, make sure you go follow us on Instagram at YouPrettyLittleThing and our cat, Bacon the Cat. And I will see you guys for another video. Bye!